Hey guys, welcome back to 20 Meter Restart Agreed to Disagree Rugby League podcast. I'm Hoonz.
I'm Nick.
And we would like to say our good saying, good morning.
All right, results from the weekend. Thursday night, Parramatta over the Bulldogs 14-8. Friday night, Cronulla Sharks with a controversial win over the Raiders 28-24. Broncos hammer the Panthers 50 points to 18. Newcastle Knights 30 points to 24 over the Gold Coast Titans. West Tigers upset the premiership favourites at that point of the round 22-6 over the Rabbitohs. Cowboys went down to the Dragons at home 24-10. Warriors in a close battle with the Storm just went down 12-6. And Manly didn't turn up at all at home to the Roosters 56-24. Hoonz, which team impressed you the most?
Nick, the team that impressed me the most, man, I must say, is the West Tigers. West Tigers were so clinical. Their defence was impenetrable. I think the score was 22-0 for a long time in that game, or most of the game, and then South Sydney...
75th minute try.
Yeah, oh, there you go. South Sydney scores. Cody Walker scores for South Sydney. But, man, dude, I'm just going to say it. I think with the inclusion of Benji Marshall, he comes back for the last two games against top four contenders, St. George Illawarra and South Sydney, and look at what they do. They succeed. I think Benji is the key. I think Benji brings in the inspiration, the ball playing ability, the game management, the experience. Him and Robbie destroyed that. I think that they actually punked the Dragons up there, which Dragons were undefeated this year. And then in the South Sydney game, it's just the calmness that he has. I was so happy with Benji's return. And I hear that people think that, give Luke Brooks, even actually like commentators and that will say, give it to Luke Brooks. But dude, you had 5 weeks or whatnot to improve yourself or be that man, but he's not.
I think Luke Brooks, at his current age and playing state, isn't sort of able to produce really good plays when the pressure's on him to produce all the plays.
Yeah,
when he has Benji there, no doubt Luke Brooks produces some absolute magic.
Yep.
But without Benji, the pressure just gets to him and he can't control the game on his own.
Totally agree. So I think we're better experts than the old Fox Sports commentators.
Yep.
What about you? Yeah, that's it, man.
Contract.
Anyway, what about you, man? Who was the team that impressed you?
You summed it up for me there, Tigers, no doubt.
Yeah, they were great.
To knock over the Rabbitohs, top of the table at that point as well.
And 9-game winning streak too. Snap that.
Yeah.
They snapped it.
What more to say?
That defense, man, is back.
Benji, it's not even like Benji carries their defense. It's not like he makes every tackle. Just his presence there lifts the team.
Exactly.
Just like JT did for Queensland. It's so good to watch.
Yep.
Just the team is like a different team when Benji's out there.
Dude, and I give all that credit to your team, the Broncos, your club, the Broncos, because they resurrected his career. He came up to Wayne Bennett, and Wayne Bennett brought out the best of him again.
Yep.
And look at him. He returns home to the West Tigers, and still the
That's
win.
got to be one of the best signings of all time. That 100K a year just for Benji Marshall.
Yep.
In that form.
You knew it wasn't for money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew he just wanted to play footy.
That's
and
it.
he did.
Yep.
He was so good.
Yep.
All right. Well, moving on to our first topic of the day. And before we do that, we'll introduce our special guest for today, Ra. Welcome back, Ra.
Good morning, boys.
Hey, Ra.
Great to be here.
Great to have you back. Now, big controversy around the Friday night game at Shark Park. Sharks with a controversial try in the first half, I believe it was, wasn't it? Or was it second half?
I believe it was what?
Second half. It was second
half.
Sione Kata, yep.
Yep,
So,
yeah, it was. It was a big moment. That's all right.
Big
Yep,
moment.
Big moment.
Huge moment.
Put them in the incomfortable distance in front of the Raiders.
Yep.
Off a touch judge's mistake. Well, what were our thoughts on that? What was the bunker supposed to do there? Do we call that a try or do you call that a no try?
Hey, Ra, I'll give you the first the first to reply about that or answer because you're our guest.
Yeah, no, that's fine, boys. And what can I say? We're back here talking about the officials officiating the game once again, our great game. And it's killing us. It's absolutely killing the game. And NRL is wondering why we're losing fans instead of gaining fans. Because of controversial calls like that. The touch judge, Ricky McFarlane, horrible officiating.
Has he actually said what he lifted his flag for?
Well, it was because of forward pass.
Forward part, okay.
It was a forward pass because he wasn't out or anything, but the way he presented his flag, it was for forward pass.
Yep.
But then he quickly put it down,
Yep.
and Gerard Sutton he had the whistle in his mouth and just continued on
He
play.
hesitated, yep.
I understand about play to the whistle, but that left hand side for the Raiders all saw it from the second row onwards. They all saw it. They all stopped. They told the boys, "Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good," and that. And then what's mind-boggling was the mere fact that it was called up, but as a no try.
Yeah.
And then the video referee does it. He pretty much said that it was conclusive evidence that he did not touch that ball.
Yep.
There was none whatsoever. You couldn't conclusively say that he definitely touched that ball. And it was absolutely ludicrous. It was a ludicrous decision, and it cost the Raiders potentially the top 8, potentially making the final series.
It definitely cost him the game, and that's at this point where it's so crucial to get every competition point you can get your hands on.
Yep.
That is such a costly decision. I do have to sympathise with the bunker a little bit though, because they were kind of left with nothing to work with. I don't know what written rules there are about referees raising their flags or not blowing the whistles, but I don't imagine the bunker have the power to say he's raised his flag. Let's stop play entirely. That's not play on.
Does anyone remember what Gerard Sutton's call on the field
Yep.
for the no
It
try?
was no try, look for the knock on.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't called a no try, right, Nick, is that it went upstairs no try. We already established that. We all saw that, and then for them not to, like Ra said, is that they're saying that there's conclusive evidence that he did not touch that ball. But when everyone was watching that replay, unless if they got something that we don't know about, is that it looked like that it deviated forward off the guy, off the centre. I can't remember who the centre was. And that's when what's his name? Katoa got the ball, ran back in and scored the try.
Yep.
But it went up a no try. It was inconclusive. Both officials that were on the field just was ridiculous. No one made a call or brave enough to make a call. Yep. And that's what's killing us. You know what? I want the old days like Bill Harrigan. It's his way or no way. He's going to call it a try or no try. Like literally, like he's going to blow the whistle and say, "Nah, knock on, boys. That's it."
Yep.
He is the law, and that's what I don't like. I hate where we're going with it, especially too much. Even video referees is killing the game now. The bunker. I thought it was a great idea, but they haven't even got that system right. That system correct yet.
Yeah, and just to go on that as well is that it wasn't. It's not the mere fact that we're only picking this decision. There was multiple decisions in that game that they were kind of off. They weren't, well, in my eyes, weren't correctly called.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the one-off. It was, many games before, previous games as well. But it's just a shame. And this two referees is not working. The pocket referee and the main referee, or the referee that's in charge, and then you have the pocket referee. It's not working out. So I agree. Go back to Bill Harrigan, like you said. Go back to one referee, because it works. It works. It worked at international level. So might as go back to one referee, so you don't have that any further. And the video ref should go back to ref's call, like the old days. If the referee said it was just check, no try, knock on, and then if they can't come up with a decision, the bunker, then go back on the field,
To ref's call, yeah. Because then the ref will go back to what he thought it was, no try. So,
Exactly.
no try.
Exactly.
No try, knock on, boys, let's go. That's it.
Nick, thoughts that they can rectify?
It's such a difficult area to work on, because there are so many 50-50 calls that people are just going to be upset with no matter what your decision is. So I honestly, I don't know who would have a solution to that. No, I appreciate yours there. That's actually not a bad one, but still, you can't really fix it. And right now, it just looks like nothing's been done by the NRL either, because they've demoted the touch judge and the assistant referee of the game.
I think Gerard Sutton should have took the blame for that.
Gerard Sutton hasn't had anything.
Well,
he's officiating the Titans game this weekend.
He's been in trouble before, hasn't he? I am pretty sure that was with the Broncos Titans final series game a couple of years ago, and he was the main head referee on that field, and that was just a terrible game all up because the officiating wasn't up to standard in the final series, in the finals game. So, like he's got a history of making bad decisions. You're the head referee, dude. Just call the damn play. Because I've noticed, if you guys have noticed lately, right, with the officiating, with the rest on the field, dude, seriously, not many of them would just call it a try or knock on, boys, or held up or whatnot. They would go, oh, yep, okay, guys, it's a no try or it's a try. Can you just check the grounding? It's like nearly every try scoring opportunity or play, they have to check it, and you're like, come on, dude, it's a try. Everyone can see that.
Yep.
Like, everyone can see that. That's your job. That you're getting paid for that.
Yep.
Now, if you weren't getting paid, okay, yeah, I understand. Oh, man, no try, yeah. I'm not getting paid for this. But
Yep.
You're getting paid for it. Even the sideline, there's basically 4 officials on that field. The 2 sideline refs, the 2 referees, 1 head, 1 pocket or assistant referee. Then you have the bunker, which even makes everything else worse. And they still can't get it right. You're like, come on.
Yeah. And the NRL, Todd Greenberg more specifically, has refused to reshuffle any of the positions. Luke Patton was the head bunker, the head official of the bunker that day. He's still doing 3 games this weekend.
Oh, well, that's ludicrous, ridiculous. What about you, Ra? What do you think about things again?
Yeah, I just have to say that the NRL definitely got to stamp the authority on it now. And then, yeah, I do sympathise with the ref because they're under so much pressure.
Yep.
And that, but when it's a big game like that, and it potentially could cost another team's chance to make the finals, that's huge. That's huge. So for the Raiders fans, I sympathise with the Raiders fans for sure, because they were on a roll. They've won back-to-back games, and they could have potentially won this one as well. If the Sharks scored another try, I had no problems because they would have ended up winning anyway. But they didn't. It was that one try that cost the Raiders the game. After that big comeback by the Raiders to come back to even remotely get close to it.
I think to let in 22 points in the first half, though, kind of said to me that the Raiders weren't really in contention of that game anyway. And they got a little bit lucky to get back in it in the end.
Well,
so I wasn't completely upset that they lost the game because... you can blame the referees as much as you want. Letting in 22 points unanswered in the first half is pretty shocking no matter what team you are.
Yeah, for sure. And then a duo called Leipana came and played and absolutely destroyed it. But I agree. It was no excuses for letting 22 points in.
Yeah, there were 4 other tries, they could have potentially stopped that were in their control.
Well, I feel like this throughout the NRL season so far, we all know that even although teams have league points, teams can just pile on points just as much. So we knew potentially there could be a comeback, and it started happening. But it was just that one call that went against the Raiders. They stopped play for sure, and it cost them that game. But I'm just dumbfounded still. I'm so annoyed. You know what? Even rugby union has less penalties. That's what's crazy. And we all mock rugby union for that. Penalties.
Yep.
Penalty for kicking the grass. But now we can't even say that because there has been games in the NRL where there's been more penalties called than rugby union. And man, that's crazy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know, right? That's right.
All right, well, I think we've touched on that as much as we need to, so we'll move on. We'll move on to big game of the weekend, Broncos Panthers. It was always a good matchup. Always good to see what happens, but We'll start off with the Broncos. A few position changes, one new big signing. What are our thoughts on the Broncos at this point in time? Hoonz, we'll start with you.
Okay, cool, man. Broncos, you know what? They're just that team, that superior team, superior club where they're always consistent. They are always consistent every year, basically, since their formation. And what I love about it is that, man, I got to give credit. You know, I doubted Wayne Bennett a lot, and then those doubts are put at ease. Then I doubt Wayne Bennett, and it's put at ease.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that call to move Darius Boyd, put Isaiko as fullback, and Darius Boyd as left centre, man, worked as a treat. Because Darius Boyd, like I said, he should have been playing Origin this year. But, and we all know that, his form wasn't up to standard, but at the end of the day, he's a champion guy, like player for the Broncos. He's their captain, and he's an inspiration to that Broncos side.
Yep.
Cody Nikodima and Anthony Milford stepped up in that game.
They did.
James Roberts, the return of James Roberts, Jimmy the Jet, big inclusion.
Yep.
They just and what I like about the Broncos, man, the consistency. It's just consistent. They lose one, they lost to the Warriors. That was terrible. They got a whooping at home.
Yep.
But the following week they were talking about it. Wayne Bennett made the adjustments, and you got to give credit, like the Broncos, consistency, man. That's what I want to say.
Fair enough, Ra.
Yeah, well, pretty much what Hoonz said. I totally agree. Broncos are just one of those teams where they're consistent. And, especially with Wayne Bennett at the helm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, because I can't say that they're consistent back in the past without Wayne Bennett.
Anthony,
But Wayne Bennett is a master coach, and they've been in the final series ever since he got back.
Yeah.
So it just shows you the man who doesn't really bother with criticism. He doesn't really care.
He doesn't
care what people think.
Since the Broncos' existence, haven't they only missed finals, is it once or twice?
I would say maybe. Hang on. I'd say maybe twice.
I think the first time was with Ivan Henjak, and I think Anthony Griffin missed finals one year as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So,
I wouldn't be surprised.
but still, since 1988, I believe they were formed.
88.
That's
impressive.
That's 30 years, 2 years not making finals. That's not bad.
That's pretty impressive.
But I'm just going to say this now. The Broncos, they're good to watch. They're kind of like a dark horse team in the 8.
I think so too.
Even though everybody criticised their halves, but man, when they're on, they are on.
Yep.
And they know, especially their running game. Both of them have a lethal running game, and they're X factors. Both halves, X factors. Who's got the best running pair in the half wise? Which team has the best running halves? Probably them.
Yeah, you
Broncos.
would say, yeah.
I'd say so.
Broncos, I agree,
all
bro.
the rest are at least a kicking half, or a ball playing half, a game management half, but. These guys know that, and plus they're not ball greedy, which is even better. You know, you want halves that are not ball greedy.
Yep.
But I'm gonna make this statement right now. I believe the Broncos are going to the preliminary finals. I reckon they're gonna make it. They're gonna be at least one of those four for the grand final. They're gonna make it there. We'll just see how far they go from there. But I truly believe that they can beat everyone except most likely the Storm. I think the Storm will be the only one will be kind of a challenge.
Capable of beating them, yeah. Because
Other than that, here's my prediction. This is from Ra himself. Preliminary finals, Broncos for sure.
Okay.
I don't know about that signing, the big signing with the young gun.
I was just about to get to that, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about that, but I guess Wayne Bennett is trying to solidify his young forward packs, but man, I don't think he's worth that. He's no Kalen Ponga.
No.
Where Kalen Ponga came into the scene straight away and just absolutely destroyed it in our eyes, saying, "Here I am," and Knights were like, "Here you go."
Is Caitlin on as much money as what Payne Haas is going to be? I thought
Caitlin's on a 3-year contract.
Yeah, but he's worth what, 1.1 million or something
a year.
Yeah, but Payne Haas is he's only 6 years, over 6 years.
Is it 6 years?
6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Pretty sure it's 6 years, something like that.
Nick, your team, buddy.
No, it's promising to see, and I do prefer Boyd in the centres.
Yeah.
And,
I agree.
Jermaine back at fullback, Kahu and Oates on the wing.
Yep.
That's pretty strong.
That is, and Roberts obviously the right centre.
Roberts is back.
Woo.
I am nervous, putting my faith in Milford and Nikorima, because neither of them are big organisers or big playmakers, so to speak. They are more sort of running halves, as we've said. So to rely on them in final, and especially Boyd out of fullback now,
Yeah.
Sarko's
There's
not going to provide
He's
that.
not a ball player.
Not at least to Boyd's ability yet.
No.
So, I mean, it does take a bit of punch out of the attack, I reckon. So, to say prelim final, I fully believe you, and I'd say the same thing, but I think I'd say it out of bias as opposed to as a critical analyst of the game. Because I can't put my trust in Milford. I just can't.
See, Cody, I think Milford is the bigger key because he is the senior of the house.
Yep.
Where Cody just has to play his game. But if they both want to carry the Broncos to the grand final, it's like we all said. So the example for the running house, right? We all know the running house. And they take risks. They're X factors. Milford chips it over the line in the fourth tackle. Cody's running onto it. Milford's running onto it. And then it bounces. Cody kicks it, and then Jimmy the Jet comes around and scores the try. But that's what they can do. So we know actually, what's your comment about the Broncos with, the way that they play? But we know that, and with Boyd moving to left centre, so it takes the punch out. But we know the Broncos just destroyed the Panthers last week with 50-odd points. And this Panthers team is just no slouch. This is actually a pretty damn good Panthers side with Origin players back. And they still destroyed them. So we know that the Broncos have points, but when they're off badly.
Yep.
Would you like me to give the reason why I believe the Broncos will make it that far?
Sure.
Well, in my analytical point of view, the reason why is that it's their forward pack. Their forward pack's been phenomenal. Was that Tavita Pangai Jr. comes back?
Monster.
Destroyed.
God.
But let's not just put it there. Matt Gillett still needs to come back. So
Is he going to? Because he did tear his calf, and that.
yeah,
I thought
but
that
then
was season ending.
the final series would give him that extra weeks.
On that,
And
what about Matt Gillett? You want me to put you at ease a little bit? I actually seen Matt Gillett, Josh Maguire, and that last week. Literally, they came to our club, and I seen him, and Matt Gillett looks all right, man. He looks healthier than what he was earlier in the season, so I'll give you that. I actually seen him walking around, and they were doing some training sessions. But yeah, back to you, Ra.
Sorry, I have made a mistake. Matt Gillett's due back round 22.
Told you. I told you.
Well, that's even a bigger bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a loss to the Maroons
Yeah,
for sure.
huge loss.
But he's a bigger bonus.
He's back for
And
the
then
last
up
4
there,
games.
Andrew
Wow.
McCulloch.
Just enough time.
See, Andrew McCulloch, it will be up to his leadership quality. You know he can defend. He can defend his heart out. Attacking wise, but at least he'll give you that solid defensive side. But Matt Gillett, and then you got Tavita Pangai Jr., Alex Glenn, Josh Maguire,
Wow.
all these forwards just coming in. Sam Dyder is playing a game of his life.
Yes.
But see, they're going to lay the platform for. They're making big yardage now, but they lay the platform, which makes it easier for Cody and Anthony to make a decision.
Yep.
But see, that's what happens. Teams want to go quick on those two halves. They kick it over. They either kick it over or run it. See, they don't know what they're going to do because they're just off the cuff players.
Yeah, they are.
And when you have speed and the experience on the centres now with Darius and James Roberts, oh man, all it takes is one little gap and James is gone. So they know that they have to mark him, which makes Cody dangerous.
Not to mention Jordan Kahu and Corey Oates, try scorers too. So Corey Oates can score from anywhere.
Jordan Kahu, an international player.
Yeah.
Jermaine Sarko,
International.
What I will give you credit for there actually is that the running halves with Cody and Milford, it does give Roberts a bit more room.
Yep.
Because if Cody's got the ball there,
But he always gives
you've got
it.
your defence in 2 minds.
Yeah.
If Cody runs that, he's a real threat.
Yep.
If he passes it, Roberts is a real threat.
Yeah.
So the defence has really got to be on point to stop it.
I've noticed I've gone to the right side a bit more this year, the Broncos, which I have enjoyed because Cody, unlike Ben Hunt would never give him the ball. Never give Roberts the ball last year. But Cody, to his credit, actually gives him early ball, quality ball, and Roberts has time to do his thing.
Yep.
But if he doesn't give it, he's just as a threat because he breaks the
Such a
line
dangerous
always.
player. Yeah.
Cody
Dangerous.
always scores a try or breaks the line, and then Roberts will be down the. Well, then you have one of the fastest men in the NRL right beside you. Pass it to him. See you later.
Well, because a lot of people said that they don't have kicking game, but they do have a grubber kicking game. They're good at grubbers, both of them. So I'll give them that at least.
But it's just their game management, man. That's it. I think we're all coming back to the fundamental part of a half is your game manager, and both of them are not really good game managers, but they can do something out of nothing. That's it, though. You need a game management to win the NRL.
Prelim finals, and if they do beat whoever's in the prelim finals, Darius Boyd is man of the match.
Oh, but cool already.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. I like
Nick is just smiling. I don't think
love
you guys
this.
know. I don't think you guys know, but Nick is smiling from ear to ear.
Great analytics there, right?
All
Completely
right,
agree with you.
man. I think this is you.
Yeah, this is me, boys.
Yeah. Thanks for
Alright.
coming on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Ra. Great to have you back.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me on. On 20 Metre Restart, Agree to Disagree, Rugby League podcast. See you later, boys.
See you soon, Ra.
Yeah,
see you
see ya.
soon. All right. Well, we'll
Man, you must love that, man.
I do. I love. We should invite Ra back every week. We'll talk about the Panthers just briefly here because we did mention a few weeks ago there was a bit of question around Anthony Griffin and his coaching, and between him a bit of question around the relationship with him and Phil Gould and the Panthers' form at the time. And their form seems to have deteriorated since then.
Badly.
I stand uncorrected on the comments there. So, I mean, where do we think they're headed now? Do we think... Because a team always drops out of the 8.
Oh, yeah.
And Panthers are equal with Brisbane and Warriors.
That's
7th
right.
and 8th. Are they your team to drop out of the 8?
Okay, like we'll break it down first. Okay, we got 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yep.
Those are the 3 teams: Panthers, Warriors, and Broncos.
Yep.
Who is most likely to drop out, in your opinion, right now?
See, I'm gonna have to say Panthers.
Yeah, me too. Because I see that the Warriors, they only just lost to the Melbourne Storm. They only just lost.
They turned up. They played well.
And they destroyed the Broncos the previous week. So we know this is that I think the Warriors will surge into the final. I don't think they'll drop out. I can't see it. They're way stronger side than what they were last year.
Yep.
The Broncos, we already just talked about the Broncos. The Broncos are always consistent. I believe that they should make the finals.
Yep.
Man, dude, I think we're on the same page.
In saying that, though, Panthers have the easiest run out of Broncos Warriors.
Well, so what's their run?
They play Manly,
Okay.
Raiders,
Yep.
Titans, Newcastle Warriors.
Okay, so we know the Warriors game, Panthers game is the big game. But I feel like Newcastle could potentially knock them off. The Raiders will come all in because the Raiders have to win. But I think that's about it, man. I can't see the sea unless if the Jabojevic brothers do something. But you know,
Oh yeah, no, they did not show up against the Roosters. How rubbish was that? Sorry, different.
That was rubbish.
Topic for a different time. That was a useless game.
But I think we're both. I think the origin factors comes into play first and foremost. We'll see how long that lasts with the Panthers. I believe that. I've never rated Anthony Griffin as a coach anyway.
No.
So it would be interesting to see the adjustments made with this week.
Coaching stuff.
Dallin Martinez-Lesniak was a big loss. He didn't play.
I think he's penciled in to start this week.
Yeah, because I think he was a late scratching from the Broncos game.
But he's not at fullback.
Really? Who's
He'll
that
be
fullback?
back on the wing. Tyrone Peachey has been named at number 1.
That is an idiotic decision.
I was about to get your thoughts on it in a couple of minutes, so we'll start now.
Yeah, well, no, I just think that he's not a fullback.
No.
Because fullbacks don't get me wrong, he's got some X factor, but as a fullback, you need great speed, you need great defensive sets. You know, you're the general for the defense.
Yep.
You need to be a great one-on-one tackler. I know this. Tyrone Peachey's not a great one-on-one tackler.
No.
We've seen him exposed.
Yep.
What else you would need? You would need, ball playing ability. He has a little bit, but he is no. Dallin never had that.
No.
But what he had was positioning.
Yep.
Positioning, great positioning, speed, power to get back more and more.
Yep.
We know that Tyrone's more of a tackle break, fend off, and then move kind of player. Where Dallin's more, I can take this on. If I get around you, I'm going to make a lot of yardage. You better stop me. If not, I'm breaking through the line.
Yep.
Kind of player.
I see, comments on Tyrone Peachey being such a versatile player, but I really only see him as a back rower or a centre.
Yep.
To me, those are his only 2 positions. And to put him at fullback like this...
Yeah, under pressure now.
Yeah, he's just ridiculous.
Can he catch a high ball?
We've never seen it.
No, that's right.
And then
he's not a big statured guy.
No.
Dallin White in it, like DWZ is a guy that we know he can catch because he's done it fucking majority of his career.
Yeah. So,
High flyer. So yeah.
Be cool. Seems desperate. Seems very desperate.
Yeah, man, very desperate. But your thoughts as well? Panthers, Tyrone Peachy, Anthony Griffin.
I think Anthony Griffin would be in danger of losing his spot if the Panthers drop out of the 8.
I think.
I think if they make it, he would have done enough just to retain his position for another season, and no more. So I think the pressure is on him, and that's probably caused him to make such a lapse in his judgment and put Peachy at fullback. Still seems.
Who are they playing anyway?
They're playing Manly. Full strength Manly side, I believe.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry, no, Episode Coruscant. So,
Okay.
I mean, it'll be a close game. I wouldn't say it'd be a good game, but it'd be a close game.
Wow.
And finally, I think we wanted to touch on the Tigers.
Yep.
I believe.
Yeah.
So
Good way to end the topics.
Good way to end it. Are you backing them to make the 8?
Dude, I am. Guys, like, a few weeks back, I said I was on the Titans bandwagon. Scratch that. I told them to chop me off because you guys are useless after the Broncos game. And I said, hey, guys, I'm just waiting for the next bus. Oh, what's that? Yeah, the West Tigers. Because my man Benji Marshall is back.
Yep.
And he, to me, I regard him as the best Kiwis player of all time.
Yep.
Big cool, considering I've watched a lot of great Kiwi players come through, like my man Stacey Jones, my man Ruben Wiki, players like that.
Yep.
But BG Marshall has done it all for the Kiwis.
Yeah.
And he's done it all in the NRL as well.
Yep.
Minus probably Dally M medal.
Yeah.
But yeah, pick me up, West Tigers. I am on their bandwagon. I think that just timed it well. The injury to Benji, he came back, has been timed well, regardless if it wasn't planned. But when he came back, they beat the Dragons and South Sydney.
That's not just coincidence.
That's a threat.
Yep.
That's a threat. That's sending a message to all the top 8 sides is that you guys, we can beat you. You know we can beat you. We already beat Melbourne twice this year. Can you brag about that? No, you can't. We already beat the Roosters as well. So do you think that the Roosters are a threat to us? No. I think that, like we said, Panthers drop out of the 8. I believe the Tigers will surge into the 8. That's mine. What about you, man?
It's tough to say. I think Benji's having a very positive
Influence.
on his team, and they do have a pretty good run. So Bulldogs, Newcastle, Canberra, Dragons, and Manly.
Dude, and they've defeated. They can defeat all those teams.
There's one of those 5 teams you think would give them a good run for their money, the Dragons, and they just beat the Dragons.
Yeah, they just beat the Dragons.
So,
and I think what's even worse for the Dragons, I'm pretty sure they're playing at Leichhardt Oval.
It might be like
Yeah.
It's not a Dragons home, it's Tigers home.
Tigers, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's a Leichhardt game.
So Leichhardt or Campbelltown.
I'm like, if it's at Leichhardt, you are screwed.
Oh yeah. So okay.
Yeah. Wow.
We did really kind of touch on it at the start, so we don't need to go too much more
No.
in depth. But you do have a very big man crush on Benji Marshall there. You do seem to.
Man, love him. That's why I loved the Broncos last year, man. I must admit, they were my second favorite team because of Benji.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie to you. That's why I was like, oh yeah. Well, if the Cowboys drop out, I want the Broncos to carry on.
Yeah, fair
But,
enough.
Yeah, the Cowboys didn't drop out because we made the grand final get hammered by the Storm, but at least we made it there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on to our tips now. I think
Let's
that
do it.
wraps up our topic. So, Thursday night game tomorrow night. The Broncos take on the Sharks at Suncorp Stadium.
You know who I'm going for. We just talked about your team,
Yep.
the Broncos. I am tipping the Broncos. The Sharks the Broncos have a mental edge over the Sharks, dude.
Yep.
They always beat the Sharks. It just seems like they do, and they just have the formula to beat them.
Yep.
Broncos too strong at Suncorp. Broncos for the win.
Okay. Good call. Good
Yeah.
tip, Vince. Good tip.
Heck yeah.
Friday night now.
That's you, man.
In North Queensland, Cowboys taking on the Knights.
Luckily, Punga's out. Hopefully.
He's been named, but yeah, there is still doubt around his ankle around training on Tuesday. So, oh man, I'm so torn because I think
I don't blame you.
he would be the difference. I think if he plays, Knights win. If he doesn't, Cowboys will win. But I think Cowboys, just in their shocking form they are right now, I'm just not confident enough to back them. Knights coming off a win as well.
Yeah.
Against a rubbish Titans side, I know the win doesn't mean much,
It's a win.
But it's still a win. It's still 2 points that the Cowboys haven't been able to get their hands on. So, I'm sorry, Hoonz, but I'm going to have to go Newcastle.
Damn you, man.
Who will you be tipping, Hoonz?
For the Cowboys Knights, yeah. Anyway, besides my tip, everyone already knows I will tip the Cowboys, but I just want to say, well done to Antonio Winterstein for his career. He's retiring.
Sorry, power to him.
Effective immediately. I thought I'll do it now since Knights Cowboys.
Didn't bring it up.
Love him. I think that he was such a great winger for us.
Yep.
2015 Premiership winner. Big part of the reason why we got to the Premiership.
Yep.
Loved him. Tones, whatever. If you do ever listen to this podcast, man, congrats to you, man, for your career. And good luck on the next ventures. That's my part to Antonio Winterstein.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah, man. Cowboys now, Cowboys for life.
Mad respect. Yeah, no, fair enough. And yeah, credit to him. It's just such a shame.
Yeah.
Retire because of an injury. That's just not how it should go for anyone.
But you know what? At least he can walk away as a Premiership winner.
That's right. He's got that ring around his finger.
Yep.
That's all he needs. Next tip, Friday night still. The Bulldogs taking on the Tigers.
Oh, you already know this one. You already know this one, dude. We already talked about them too.
Who are you tipping?
Well, I think we both know this for a fact. The West Tigers are surging. Mm-hmm. Their defence was incredible against a potent forward pack in the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Yep. The Bulldogs forward pack don't even come close to the Rabbitohs forwards. No. Tigers defence is back.
Yep.
They've timed it well. We already explained it. Don't have to go too far. Benji Marshall, my man. Tigers for the win, man.
And the Bulldogs lost to the Eels.
Yeah, they're not beating the Tigers.
They are.
Come on, Tigers!
In no way, shape, or form ready to compete.
Is that a bus horn?
I think it's a bus horn. I think you should jump on.
I'm jumping on.
Moving on to Saturday afternoon now. Brookvale Manly taking on the Panthers. Oh,
That's
I've had two tough tips in a row.
I know. Lucky for me, I had the easy ones. Broncos and Tigers.
Oh man. I will have to go. I'm gonna have to go Manly. I think Panthers are just in declining form.
Yep.
And Manly is kind of due for a win. I think, and I know it's horrible to say that.
Would you say 55-45 is your
critical
leverage, like in that
analyst
scale?
What was that, sorry?
55% to 45%, kind of think that, or like even less, 51.
51-49.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. I feel sorry for you, man. You got the hardest tips.
I'm not comfortable tipping that game. I mean, you look at both teams' form. Panthers have lost 2 in a row. Manly have lost 2 in a row. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? And both got absolutely hammered last week.
Hey,
so you can't go off last week's game.
I'll come with you on this. I would say Manly. Let's hope the Jaboyevich brothers, man, they just destroy them.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
We've got to get 8 out of 8 this year. Man, we've got to have one
round. Our next tip is... Oh my God, why do you get these ones?
Yeah, well,
Rabbitohs versus Parramatta. You've got
how great is
place
this?
versus second... Third place versus 16th.
Oh, that's
amazing.
So great. Well, obviously South Sydney.
Yep.
Like the Rabbitohs, although they did lose to the Tigers, but the Tigers were just playing so well.
Yep.
The Rabbitohs, that was just a hiccup. 9 games straight. It's probably good for them to lose, but they will come back into winning form against the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
South Sydney for the win.
Fully
Woohoo!
support that.
Man, this is awesome.
Final game on Saturday night. Amy Park, Melbourne take on Canberra.
Oh.
I mean, pretty easy tip for me there.
Yep.
I'm going to go Melbourne.
Yep.
I mean, Canberra. This is Canberra's last-ditch effort. I think if they lose this game, they won't make finals.
I think so too.
And in Melbourne, coming off a loss like that, you know, I don't see them as, you know, a strong-willed team, and I don't think they can bounce back.
And without their captain as well, who's out basically for the season.
Is it for the season?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, man, but I'm just guessing. Croker's not playing, so yeah, I agree. They will have to play out of their skins to beat Manly.
So
beat Melbourne. Sorry.
Jack Whiten's still out. Aiden Caesar's out. Jordan Rappin is out.
You're kidding me.
Well, that's what this is telling me. It has been unreliable before, but it's telling me hamstring round 23.
Wow. Well,
I'm going to check their team
It's
list.
over. Let's just call it now. It's over.
He's listed as playing, so I think no one's updated the injuries list here.
Okay, it's lucky for you that this one's an easier pick. I was going to go Storm either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty simple tip.
Okay. Let's go next game.
Moving on. Sunday afternoon, Titans at Seabus Super Stadium taking on the Warriors.
I just seen the Warriors there. Oh man, I've got the best tips.
We've had four of the easy rounds.
Oh, okay. So there's no doubt I should get 4 out of 4 this week. The Warriors will win this game. They had the mental edge over the Titans as well.
Yep.
And the Warriors, look at that. They only just lost to Melbourne at home.
Hammered the Broncos.
And they hammered the Broncos the following, the week before that. And you're like, I think the Warriors is just a threat anyway. Yep. They like Broncos, like Ra was saying. I think that the Warriors are the dark horses as well. Yep. I think that
no doubt.
The Warriors on fire can beat anybody in that 8. But yeah, man. Well, yeah, easy pick for me. Warriors. Let's go.
Thank you. I'm glad you've got 4 from 4 this week, Hoonz. I'm really happy for you.
Good luck for the last 2.
I've just looked at it. Allianz Stadium, Sunday afternoon still. Roosters taking on the Dragons. My God. There's no justice in this world, is there? I'm going to have to go the Roosters.
Okay.
I think they looked really up to scratch last week. I think they looked pretty slick. And I think the Dragons have lost their touch a little bit. They're still a good team, is still a threat, but I think they've lost what they had at the start of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
You know,
they have lost a lot. Origin as well. Let's remember that.
It started around Origin time.
Yeah. Well, 5. So, how many players played Origin? 5 of them.
It would have been DeBellin, Vaughan,
Hunt, Frizzell, and then Sims came in the 3rd game.
Yep, Sims. Yeah, that's right. So
4. So we'll say 4 basically played 3 games.
4+1.
And then
so,
4, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty costly. And since then, they haven't really regathered. I don't think, anyway. I mean, they won last week against the Cowboys, but
come on, Cowboys have been playing crap all
before that,
year.
They got hammered by the Storm and they lost to the Tigers at Jubilee Oval. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they lost. I forgot about it. And they were undefeated at home. The only team until the Tigers upset them.
So.
Yeah, fire on.
All right. Well, I think that concludes our podcast for today.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll tune in next week. This is Nick.
And this is Hoonz.
Signing off.